Welcome to the Humminbird Hub. Here with us, we have a very interesting participant, Yiannis Michael. I had the pleasure of getting to know a little bit about his work through the event that he did a couple of months ago, which was very, very intriguing. And now we have the pleasure of having him here to actually get to know more about the amazing therapies that he does, and as it seems to me, quite an innovative approach to healing. Welcome, Yiannis.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure. So this is a very easygoing format because for us, the most important thing is to actually deliver the feeling, the message about it. There isn't a specific agenda or anything like that. What is it that you would like to bring to the wider audience through this?
Okay, basically my mission is to help, inspire, and transform people's lives. Yeah. This is my mission.
That's a lovely mission. It's quite a responsibility too.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Taking on something like that does require quite a bit of inner work, right?
Yes.
So you are originally from Cyprus.
Yes.
As I know. And you studied in the US?
Yes, I studied in Miami. I did my bachelor's degree in Florida International University. Then I did my master's degree in Florida International University in counseling psychology. Mm-hmm. And then I worked for a few years in Miami. And then I came back to Cyprus. Inspired to bring a change in Cyprus.
So that must have been quite a massive adjustment, like from Cyprus, then you go to US, then coming back again. What was that like for you?
To be honest with you, the experience in the United States was so amazing, but I wanted to create my own Miami here in Cyprus. So I was so focused on my mission, and that mission helped me adjust easily in Cyprus.
And you were well received from the get-go?
Obviously no, because the mentality back in 2009 as a psychologist was a little bit, they were a little bit close-minded about psychotherapy. And also, when I started bioresonance therapy, an alternative medicine, an energetic medicine, that was unbelievable. People wouldn't believe it. People wouldn't understand. And I was so focused and dedicated. And slowly, everything changed. And now we're 10 years.
Wow.
And it's amazing, the results, how many people, I have clients from all over Cyprus. Mm. So I'm enjoying.
Oh, that's the most important thing at the end of the day, right?
Yes.
Because you're bringing yourself out.
Exactly.
So this magic blend you're talking about.
Yes.
What is that like? What are the ingredients of that magic blend you're talking about that is so different from everything else?
Okay, basically you're talking about the therapy.
The practice itself.
Exactly. So as a therapist, I was a little bit against medication, and I was always trying to find solutions without, if it was possible. Let me clear this thing out. So when I find out about bioresonance therapy, an alternative medicine, I was so excited. And I went to Germany, I got certified. And basically my whole well-being blueprint is that a person is separated in 4 different bodies: the psychological body, the emotional body, the spiritual body, and the physical body. Mm. So with this combination, I treat all 4 levels, and the emotional, and the psychological, and the physical, and the spiritual, because most of the people, they focus on the mindset.
That's a psychotherapy approach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I give you a nice example. You go in a seminar, or you are coming in one of my events that I focus on the mindset, and you are done from the seminar. You are so excited. Oh my God! Tomorrow everything changed. Everything changed. My relationship, my income, everything. 2 weeks later, you are back in the same position. Why? Because most of the times you are blocked emotionally. There are emotional wounds. So that's different. Then it's also the physical body. Then it's also the spiritual body. So I try to focus on all levels. So this is a blend. I do bioresonance that is treating all 4 levels because it's a holistic approach. And at the same time, as a psychologist, I give a few tips that can focus either on the psychological or the emotional part.
Interesting. And how does this machine really work? I mean,
this machine, it's as I said before, it's an alternative medicine. Specifically, my machine is from Germany, and basically it detects the energetic imbalances in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, for example, if somebody is having trouble with weight loss, and this machine doesn't focus only on the metabolism. It focus basically on the energetic imbalances. Let's say, for example, hormonal block, emotional block, subconscious stress.
Subconscious stress?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't not being aware that they are under stress.
Exactly. So we are going to a nutritionist and you are trying to focus on the diet. You are losing 2-3 pounds, and then 3 weeks later you gain them back. So frustration, and basically you start blaming this nutritionist is not good, the diet is not good. Everything begins within. So this is basically my approach.
That's not the easiest way to handle situations when you know that you're the one responsible, the only one responsible, right?
Yes.
Because I think the way the society works at large is that people are used to blaming the system.
Exactly. I think also this is the key of success. When you start blaming outside forces and you start focusing on the interior life, that's the magic.
I agree with you.
Because you have full control on yourself. That's the only thing that you can control.
That is so true. And then so when that happens, then those changes start to happen within, as I'm understanding.
Yes.
So the spiritual, the mental, the physical, and the
emotional.
What would you say would be the initial cause? Like, say, for example, there are those 4 bodies that you're talking about.
Yes.
So what comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Okay, that's a great question. Basically, everything starts with the emotions.
Emotions.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is through those years, the past 10 years in Cyprus, I saw most of the people are blocked emotionally.
And what causes that block?
Let's say, I tell you from the beginning my theory. I believe we all have greatness within us. So as we start growing, our parents, our teachers, our peers,
God bless them.
Okay, it started the enculturation.
Conditioning.
Exactly. So I don't like this. You are not good at this. You are not good at this. You can't succeed. Money is for rich people. You can't achieve that. This is a genius. Forget about him. Focus to just finish your university and find a job. So all those information started affecting your emotional.
So it's a resistance buildup?
It's basically limiting beliefs. Yes. So you are blocked. Or also traumatic events. A toxic relationship. Let's say, for example, a disappointment at school or in a university. All those traumatic events affect. So if you suppressed those emotions and you say, okay, I'm okay, I'm feeling good. And then you keep going. The block is still there. So that's why bioresonance therapy in a combination with psychotherapy, it's so effective, because all those emotional wounds, I unblock them. So you are free. So when I unblock, then you start thinking without emotional toxins. So most of my patients, I give you an example. One professor came in my office. She was a little bit resistant in bioresonance. When you don't know something, you are like, okay.
It's the usual.
It's usual, but she saw the results of her friends and she was so amazed. I said, okay, I need to do this. I don't believe it, but I need to do this. So after we did our first session, she came in the next session and she told me, Yiannis, what happened to me this week is unbelievable. Tell me, today something happened at school. If it was 1 week ago, believe me, I would have killed those students.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so impressed how calm I was.
Mm-hmm.
You change personalities with this machine.
That would be fun. Maybe Tina Turner today, more Michael Jackson.
I told her, no, basically, when you eliminate emotional toxins, the way of thinking is totally different.
That's so true. Yeah.
Let me ask you, I'm your employee, okay? And I want, let's say, increase in my salary, okay? And you are in a bad mood. If I ask you that I want more money, let's say, for example, and you are in a bad mood, or I ask you another time and you are in a good mood, something change in your response?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so basically that state of mind, the same thing. When you clean, you start behaving in a different way.
So you're like a state of mind doctor, a reprogrammer.
Yeah, reprogrammer, exactly, something like that.
Because in the end of the day, also it is actually manually done. Say when there is an energetic impulse.
Yes, exactly.
And it is an adjustment to a new resonance where people are becoming more receptive.
Exactly.
To a new information that's coming in. So you actually have to replace that void, let's call it that way, with a new unlimited belief.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. So, because basically you are a person with an unlimited beliefs. But through all those years, I don't do something magical. Yeah. It's you.
Yeah, totally.
It's you. But certain situations blocked you. So what I do, I just unblock. If we want to say something that's really simple, because I believe this is my theory, try to make everything simple. Complexity is the enemy of execution. So it's really important. This is what I'm trying to help is you are blocked. The words we are using are so important. I'm depressed. No, you are not depressed. You don't feel good. You are not depressed.
Do you believe it's a choice?
It's a choice, always. And the words, basically what I believe is our words, our emotions, our thoughts, our behavior affect.
It's the inner conversation, right? The one that is
exactly
showing up.
So when you woke up, I tell you something it's so helpful that I use every night, a gratitude journal. Every night before I go for sleep, I record 5 things that happened to me that day that I feel grateful. That message, it goes to the subconscious mind. So when I go for sleep, the subconscious mind is the only part of your body that never sleeps.
It's true.
So it's keep working.
That's right.
So it get those 6-7 hours, start working. The last message, then gratitude, because our brain is negative biased. I tell you something. In one day, 20 things amazing for you, one thing really bad. Before you go for sleep, what do you start thinking?
It's a trick question.
Be honest, the negative. So you need to train your mind
to be positive.
To focus on the positive, what you are grateful. So when I woke up in the morning, I feel already so blessed. Beautiful. And happy. So this is for your audience. It's something I recommend. The gratitude journal. It's unbelievable. It's so true. Just that simple journal.
Well, it's actually something that people are not really used to doing. This was something I was recording yesterday. It was called The Attitude of Gratitude with my partner, Will.
Yeah.
And it changes the way, it changes everything really.
Yeah.
There was this course that was held by, I think it was Bruce Lipton with his partner not too long ago in Rome. And they were actually talking about the two emotions that are the most healing emotions. And it's gratitude, one of them. And the other one, well, it would be love, I would assume, but it's like it's a subdivision of the feeling of love, because gratitude is love, right?
Exactly.
So people who have been there and who know that theory better can mark me on that. But so in the end of the day, it is actually aligning to that abundance feeling.
Yes.
Because what is gratitude really?
Yes.
Gratitude is acceptance of abundance.
Exactly.
And the negative part is resistance to what is.
Exactly. That's exactly.
And this would be more in I would imagine more in the spiritual, a more wider vision, like you were describing to me just before we started doing this.
Yeah.
The difference between having to be in Cyprus and then having to go out there to US, and then having to see this vision of everything is possible, right? And then having to gather that and bring that back to serve the people. It's a brave thing that you're doing. It's an amazing thing that you're doing.
But I used to have, I'm honest, I used to have those limiting beliefs myself.
Because you're human, right?
Exactly.
You're human, right?
Yeah, and I'm from Cyprus. So it's a small country. It's a conservative country.
Yeah.
So when I went to the United States, I used to have those limiting beliefs. I didn't believe in myself. One thing I said in Repaint Your Life, my mission in life, I said that the moment that I changed everything in my life, it was when I changed the relationship I used to have with Yiannis.
That's where it starts.
Yeah. So when I came back, so I was full of energy, full of passion.
And you still maintain that?
Yes.
You didn't let it chip away by all the little
right now, I'm telling you honestly, I'm feeling that I just started this.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I feel so excited.
That's
so excited
fantastic.
About,
and as I understand, you're 10 years in.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
so, I mean, it's...
The passion, my secret of passion is purpose. So
which is?
Which basically it's repaint your life. I started this concept. It's called Repaint Your Life. It's a movement, and basically I'm looking for an individual that have a passion for self-evolution. So this is my mission. So people that they care about self-development, they understand the power of growth, personal growth. That's the key. It's not about money. It's all about growth. You asked me before if I'm still, I have this passion. Yes, of course, because if I look back 10 years ago and where I am right now, I feel so grateful.
again.
Yes.
You feel great.
Yes, yes.
So the more grateful you feel, the more
Yes.
it comes to you,
Yeah,
right?
it comes to you. That's exactly.
So it's like that. It's
Yes.
like, if you think about it, I'm going to take it one step further. If you think about it, like the whole world is like that resonance machine.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's
yes.
like
yes, yes,
it
yes.
actually duplicates
Exactly.
your inner colors, your
Exactly.
inner world.
You attract.
So
you attract.
Exactly. So it's like you're saying, repaint your life. It's actually finding those colors within and
exactly.
throwing them out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
So it's amazing.
That's exactly.
Yeah, that's a very inspiring thing to hear, because once something like that happens in somebody's life and people know that there is another way.
Yes.
Because we're just so used to being habitual creatures.
Yes.
Right?
That's
Whatever
exactly.
programming we have received up until a certain age, it becomes our blueprint.
Yes.
And then that's it. We're copying the same experiences, going in the loops, going like
exactly. That's exactly.
Yeah. And then so many people find themselves desperate because they are all exhausted of positive emotions. They're just not there anymore. Yeah. It's like you have spent that amazing energy bank that you were given as soon as you got here. You come here as this complete, beautiful crystal of a human being, of an individual. Yeah. And as you described before, you get thrown out there and you get chipped away one at a time.
Yes.
So how I would imagine this process, and any process to do with self-development, I mean, this is why we are here.
Yes.
This is why we have created what we have created, because we applaud people like you. Because we are on the same path.
Exactly,
we're on the same purpose.
Exactly.
Not always the easiest one.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Because, I mean, it goes against the grain, but it is the most fulfilling one for me.
Yes.
Anyways. So, and it's just, like you said, it's just the beginning. Yeah. What is your response? Well, how do people usually respond to that? Like, I would imagine over 10 years, you have seen it all.
Yes.
Who are more responsive?
To be honest with you, actually, I was doing a research all those years, and I was looking about my ideal client, and actually 90% of my clients are women.
How interesting! Tell me more.
Yes.
Why is that?
Women are more open-minded. And they are more open to their emotions. They are looking to find solutions. And the men are a little bit more conservative, and they're trying to find different ways to cope with those emotional wounds. With emotional wounds. So that's what I realized all those years.
So, because I would imagine it's that internal. If you had to compare men and women, please correct me if
yes.
But it's like women are innately more focused on the emotional well-being, right?
Yes. And more, to be honest with you, they are also more complicated.
Interesting.
Yes, they are. Yes, because they overanalyzing things. So that's why.
What do you mean by that? What are you trying to say?
So I'm trying to say that they are trying to. Basically, they focus more on their emotions. They try to analyze why this, why that. So men are more.
So they are more focused on the inner world.
Yes.
And whereas men are hunters.
Yes.
They're there to say, go out there in the world, go fend for themselves and the family. The inner world isn't really. Yeah. So my question is this: what do you do? How often? What do you need to do for yourself in order to maintain that biological resonance within yourself?
Okay, that's
as a man.
Okay. I tell you something that I recommend, not just for men, just also for women. That is really important. For me, one of the key of success is our daily rituals. That's huge. What you are talking about before, about how you train yourself. So let's start. You do the bioresonance package. It's like 3 sessions at the beginning, and then you are balanced. Okay. Then there are certain rituals you need to follow. one very effective ritual is the gratitude journal. So basically, I believe two really helpful tools. I give two really helpful tools is micro wins journal at the morning. As soon as you wake up, 5 micro wins you want to achieve that day. Micro wins.
It's like little goals.
Exactly. So you focus.
But they have to be like small.
Small.
So
you don't need to be, today I need to make basically little wins. Let's say, for example, I give you an example. One little win, let's say, for example, is I study for 60 minutes.
Goals, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or I spend time with my son. And personal and professional. This is the key. Usually people, they focus on their professional life. I have so many clients that they focus on their professional life, really successful people, and they are coming to me and they tell me, Yanni, please help us. Our personal life is a mess. You see, unbelievable people that they achieve everything in the business world, coming and crying because all the way to their top, they lost their families. And I ask them this question: when you do a business plan? Of course, yeah. Do you have a personal plan? Personal plan? No. What's this? Personal plan. Like you do in business, you have also a personal plan. Let's say, for example, I dedicate a few hours quality time with my kids. Every Friday or every Wednesday and Friday, we go dinner with my wife.
But that sounds to me, I'm sorry.
Yes.
For interrupting, but that sounds to me like more of a schedule kind of plan. But I mean, it's not like an internal.
No, it's eternal plan. No, this is what I'm trying to tell you is basically when you focus and you fix your life, you schedule your life so you feel fulfilled and personally and professionally, that affect also your inner world.
You don't think it's the other way around?
You can do it, of course. The first step, I do it when you do the first 3 sessions. I focus. What we are talking about, you ask me about the next step.
Okay.
How you maintain. The first step is in bioresonance therapy, where I focus how to build an interior empire.
Oh, I like that.
An interior empire. After, in order to maintain that interior empire, you need to make a few changes in the outer life.
It's like a discipline. It's like choosing something over and over again.
Yes, because to have this balance. I focus first in the interior life, self-love.
That's a very difficult concept,
exactly.
one.
The number one step is to change the relationship you have with yourself.
How would that look to you, like self-love? I mean, everybody talks about self-love, but I mean...
Real self-love.
Yes.
Okay. Real self-love is, let's say, for example, we're talking about not in a narcissism, we're talking in a nice way. We're talking about love and respect yourself. Not to think that you are the best of the world. And we're talking about believe in yourself, love yourself, respect yourself. Let's say, I give you an example. Everybody say, oh no, me, I love myself, I have confidence. And you are in a toxic relationship. That's not self-love. Sorry. Or let's say, for example, I love myself, but you are 20 pounds overweight. That's not self-love.
So somewhere along the line, you're making the choices that are defying your well-being.
Exactly. When I love myself, I protect myself. I respect myself. I say to myself, Yiannis, this relationship, it's toxic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to focus on my nutrition because I need to take care of my body.
So it's life affirming choices rather than death affirming choices, right? But then I think it's like comes back to like so deep, but the whole self-punishment thing. It's your blueprint again with the parents. Where you learned to be punished for being not good enough.
Exactly. That's
what I believe it always comes back to is the two things.
Actually, I have an ampoules that say not good enough.
Ampoules?
Yes. Those, when I do the diagnostic, there are those ampoules, those vials, let's call them vials, that there is specific energetic imbalances. Let's say those vials, there are, for example, not being good enough, unexpressed anger, suppressed emotions. So when I get the electrodes and I take the tensors and you're there, you are connected. As soon as I touch in the vial, there is a resonance. And I'm telling you.
Wow.
So you don't tell me anything about your life, nothing. So we start the session and I'm telling you, unexpressed anger, suppressed emotions, hormonal block, metabolism disorder, subconscious stress, conflict with family members, conflict with the opposite gender. So you are like, okay, so you don't need to tell me anything. I can find out because all those are energetic imbalances.
So you actually like take like an energetic composition, a map.
Yes.
Per se.
Exactly.
The chakras and the whatever.
Yes, exactly. And also chakra balance, let's say, for example. Yes.
So people have to be really aware that when they come to you, they're going to be seen for who they are. That's one of the scariest things for people to do.
It's amazing that because I'm not just telling you about those imbalances, I treat them.
And it takes how long to actually feel the difference?
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the process. So basically, it's a package of 3 sessions. You need at least, when it's an acute imbalance, you need at least 3 sessions. So when you have a chronic imbalance, you need around 5 or 6 sessions, depending on how you respond in bioresonance therapy. So each session is 60 minutes.
Okay, an hour.
The duration is 60 minutes. So the next session is in 7 days. So when you do the first session, it takes 7 days. Yeah. So then you do the second session basically once a week. So after the first session, you'll started already feeling much better.
And that must be quite an interesting thing for people to experience.
Yes. And it's the most important thing. It's pain free. There are no side effects. It's a win-win situation.
There is no side effects?
No.
So you don't think that when people actually come in and step into the new energetic intake, let's put it this way. So if you think of it this way, they are complete world. The inner world has changed.
Yes.
So they're going out there, but the people that they have dealt with and attracted, according to those imbalances, they're still there. The situations that they have created, they're still there. So that very likely can produce some results that can lead to conflict, possibly.
Yes. But one more vial, it's a negative external energy. So when I do this vial, I tell you negative external. What do you mean by negative external energy? You have in your life at the moment toxic people, right? Or you are in a toxic situation. So you are vulnerable in this negative external energy. You are affected. So when I unblock that vial, the negative external energy, everybody's asking me, so what do you mean? You are changing the people around us? No, I'm changing you. Protection. So if I'm coming to you and I'm telling you, you know, I don't feel good, I feel depressed, please help me. you take that energy, you take it home, and you start feeling all those negative emotions. So when you are balanced, I listen, like me as a therapist. Imagine me every day with so many patients coming with this baggage of negative emotions. So I have this protection because I'm balanced.
And that's not possible without this bioresonance?
Is it? And again?
Is that not possible without the bioresonance?
Of course,
machine?
yes, of course. Of course,
How
yes.
would
Without the bioresonance, if you build an interior empire, yes, of course. Without, I used to do that before I was doing bioresonance therapy as a psychologist. That how to build an interior empire.
Interesting.
But the bioresonance therapy took it to another level. We're talking about technology. We're in 2019. It's unbelievable. If you start neuroscience, neurobiology, all those things, it's unbelievable information. I tell you something that it was unbelievable data for me. In a University College of London, they did this study with couples. So if your partner is depressed, there is 171% greater chance to become depressed.
Wow, 171.
171 greater chance to become depressed. So the people you surround yourself affect your emotional world. So this is huge, but the positive part, it happens also in the positive.
True.
So if you are hanging out with me and I'm full of energy, full of passion, enthusiasm, optimism, in a month you will start feeling the same way. It's called emotional contagion.
It's like proximity is key, right?
Exactly. So it's really important. It's one of the things that I teach in my seminars.
So you do seminars as well?
Yes. Basically, right now, it's also a good opportunity for me to talk a little bit about what I'm planning. Right now, I'm trying to organize my second Repaint Your Life inspirational event. And another thing that I'm trying to do, it's in my new project, it's a mastermind group. It's going to be dedicated only for open-minded women, for my ideal client. And basically will be women that they have a passion for self-evolution. And the main topics, it will be self-love, emotional wounds, and relationships, how to build healthy relationships. So
basically, you have created the world where you surround yourself with women, open-minded women.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
That's really interesting.
And for me also, it's I learned so much because everybody's asking me, how come you are coming with those ideas, with your videos, with your events? To be honest with you, every day I help people from all over Cyprus, but at the same time, I'm inspired from my clients, from their stories, because you are coming with one situation, and 1 month ago I treat somebody with the same situation, but in a different age group. So I saw similarities, I saw differences, and it also makes me a better husband, a better father, and a better human with all those informations that I...
So it's basically, if you think about it, it's like you reflect onto them and they reflect back onto you. It's like the constant dialogue with life.
Yes, exactly.
Right? And whoever comes up, they would be then reflecting back at you. It's like taking what you're doing and just magnifying it.
Yes,
exactly. So you write, did you write any books by any chance?
I'm writing right now.
Yeah.
My first book.
Good.
Repaint Your Life. That I'm basically the whole journey, all those years. The person that inspired me, that was my grandmother. Basically, the first person actually that believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. It was a huge part of this journey. So I'm writing the whole story about her, about the journey in Miami, the journey in Cyprus, successful stories of my clients. That it's really amazing to read about those stories, that they repaint their lives.
That's the
Yes.
best reward, right? Yes. So it's like an autobiography then?
No, not exactly. Not exactly. No. Basically, it's the same concept with my events. Repaint your life. So it's stories, real stories. Then there is a part that I teach, and then there is a part that I give tools. So.
Because it is about the tools, in the
exactly.
End of the day, yeah.
Because for me, it's a self growth book. So what I envision from this book is when somebody reads this book is to give him the tools to touch him in order to repaint their lives. But there is a lot of authenticity and transparency from my part. So that I put
your heart on the sleeve and put it in the book.
It takes time because I try to do something really, really special here in Cyprus when it comes to self-growth or self-development book. So I try to handcraft every single page of this book.
So you're basically making it a masterpiece.
Yes.
Can't wait to read it.
Yes.
I'm sure it's going to be very interesting. And I wish you all the best of success.
Thank you so much.
Because it really is an epic journey you're on.
Yes, thank you so much.
And I would love to be part of the women group.
Thank you so much. And also I congratulate what you are doing also here with, it's really, really important. So we need more people collaborate when it comes to inspire people and teach them about the importance of self-development.
Self-development, because
yes, exactly.
As you said, that's where it starts.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for being with us. This has been so inspiring, really enriching and exciting because there's so much more to come. Really can't wait. Please keep us posted. We'll do our best to keep your information on, just to pass it on to our viewers, and stay tuned.